What's going on, guys? Are Grid here with my impressions or thoughts on the new Operators for Rainbow Six Siege in this new season that just got underway. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail on how these two characters work, Gridlock and Mosley, because you've already seen multiple videos at this point of this is how this person works, this is what their gun does, this is how much damage it does per shot, this is how the recoil speed, this is how the recoil looks, yada yada yada. More so, I just want to talk about how I feel with these characters and who I think is actually the better character right now and what the future could hold for these characters. Starting off, I do have some Terrorist Hunt gameplay and some multiplayer gameplay in ranked. I don't play anything other than ranked. And to play Terrorist Hunt just just get warmed up. So with Terrorist Hunt, my goal was to just get an idea of how Gridlock works. We're gonna start also talk about Gridlock, and so I'm just throwing around her gadget just to see how her gadget reacts, see how her gadget deploys, let you guys see how that works too, so you guys can get a good idea of if you don't really play Siege, you want to get a good idea on how she works. You didn't see those videos how she works, and I'm rambling at this point, but so just doing that also, just to get an accurate composition of how her gun works, because when you're playing ranked and Siege, everything's it's like that. You're in combat and you're just going, and you're not really trying to show off how a character plays when you're playing ranked. When you're playing Terrorist Hunt, you can focus a little bit more. You can slow down. You don't have to be as high octane as you would in rank. Your mind is not pushing that envelope to I'm playing to rank up, playing to win the game. You're just playing Terrorist Hunt. You're playing to just fuck around and get kills. So with this, you can see how her M249 assault performs, and to me, this gun is great. Like when it comes to the new guns added to Siege in the last couple add-ons for her characters, I don't think we've had a character who got a gun as good as this Saw. The Saw to me is better than any gun added to Siege with the last few Operator add-ons. It's phenomenal. I love the gun. It's accurate as hell, and you wouldn't think that because it's LMG. It does a hell of a lot of damage, and the scope is beautiful. It's basically an ACOG scope, but the way it's designed, the way it looks, it's a very beautiful, elegant looking scope, and I think it's probably, in my opinion, the best looking scope in the game. So you see throughout this gameplay, just getting a lot of nice kills that I probably wouldn't get if not for how pure the scope looks and for how good her gun is. So like, if you compare someone her size, and I don't mean that like at a weight, she's 3 armor 1 speed, so she's a hefty person in terms of how she moves her armor. So compared to someone like Kaid, who we recently got a few months ago, his gun, his AUG, is not good at all on console. I don't know how it performs on PC, but on console, his AUG is awful. It's a horrible gun. It's probably one of the worst guns added to Siege in the last couple seasons. So I think they need to do something to that to give it just some damage or something, because this shit is awful. So him being the last hefty person added to the game before Gridlock is not even the same. She's so much better than Kaid in the sense of how their guns perform. It's not even a question. The M249 Saw is a very good gun. So what about her gadget? Her gadget deploys multiple little traps. She's the first offensive person to have like actual damaging traps. Like Nomad has traps, but they don't damage you. You're not gonna get killed by a Nomad little mine. But Gridlock's little traps, these little, I don't want to call them bear traps, but they're basically barbed wire with spikes that do damage to you. I guess it'd be like a better way to describe it. It does 10 damage per hit, and it spreads across about as much as the room as it can until it's done deploying, and it's massive in terms of how much room it can cover up. And like again, you can see throughout the video when it comes to Terrorist Hunt, me just chucking it around. Terrorist Hunt, that's mostly what I'm doing, just chucking it around so you can see how it deploys, things like that. Whereas multiplayer, I'm actually just playing the game to get kills and things like that, and not trying to show off how her gadget works. And I've played against Gridlock a few times, and I actually had I don't know if I have the clip for it, but I got into a game where I was surrounded by her mines. You can melee them without taking damage, so that's a good thing. It's a good thing that you can melee them without taking damage, because since you can do that, you can easily get around her gadget. I remember GetFling had a video before the season started and talk about like, is she overpowered? And he was saying that she's not, because everyone's a counter to her, and it's true. Everyone in the game is a counter to Gridlock because you can just melee or shoot her gadget, and that's it. to me, it's better to melee him because you're not letting your position be known. And in the situation that I was in, we're playing on Oregon and we're defending on dorms. And I was inside the small tower across from the OBJ, you know, doing the little nice things that people do from that spot, which is basically you're waiting for the attackers to make a move on the window of the kid's bedroom or the bunk bedroom. If you pop out and you do work. So Gridlock, she knocked down the window. I didn't move. I don't want to let her know my position, and she chucked in a couple of her gadgets, and it spread across the entirety of the upstairs, a little bit on the bottom, on the actual stairs itself too. So I'm in the small little corner and where it did deploy at, and I'm surrounded. I cannot move without taking damage from it. I moved a little bit, and I was taking damage. And again, it does 10 damage. I went from 100 health to 60 health until I realized I can just melee these. So I started meleeing those, got them out the way, knocked down the window, and then killed Gridlock. Because she assumed that no one was there because her gadget didn't kill anybody, so obviously no one's there. No one shot her gadget, no one reacted to her gadget, so therefore she just assumed no one was there. So Gridlock's very balanced in that aspect when it comes to her gadget. When you can just throw her stuff down and not even notice that someone is actually still there. Now, the person who's going to be affected by her gadget the most to me is Clash, because Clash is a shield operator and she moves very slow. So she throw that under her feet, she's going to be affected by that a lot. But again, getting back to her gun, her gun's very good. I think she's fun. Now, her ceiling, she would probably be someone who's picked casually. I don't think she's someone who will be like a mandatory pick. I don't think she's anyone who is gonna be like a meta pick. She's not someone who you're gonna see non-stop in ranked. Not ranked, but pro league. You know, she's a good character. She's a fun character to play as. She's interesting. Her gun, like I said, is very excuse me. Her gun is very, very good. But she's not someone who's going to carry a team. She's not someone who she's not a she's not a Hibana. She's not a Thatcher. She's not a Thermite. She's not one of those characters who's a must pick. So talk about Mosley, who's the defensive character he added to the game. His Commando 9, I haven't used his other gun, but Commando 9 is pretty good. It's pretty accurate. It's one of those, you know, balanced kind of, think of like IQ's Commando. It's one of those guns where it does a good enough amount of damage and is very accurate, so the gun itself is balanced and can get a lot of things done. In terms of his gadget, it lets you hack drones. You can shoot it at a wall and the little bot will hack a drone that comes by, or you can shoot it directly at a drone. Now he can work hand in hand with people like Mute, who generally can you know, mute a drone, and you can just go ahead and just pick that use your gadget on that drone that Mute jammed, and now is your freaking drone. And a lot of people didn't know how he was going to work in terms of like how that hacking works, but he literally takes over the drone. That drone is now his drone. It's not the attacker's drone. The attackers can't see on that drone, just you and the other defenders can see on that drone. And all drones are hackable, even the Twitch drone. Even if the Twitch has like little five shots left, you can use all 5 of those shots. So his gadget to me has a higher ceiling than say Gridlock's gadget. So I think you will see him more often being played in like the high tiers of like Plat, Diamond, Pro League, because his gadget will be even more useful in those, especially Pro League, because information is power in a game like Siege, and when you have a character who can hack a drone, that's more information for the defense. So what I like about this is it's going to force people to be smarter about their drones, because on console especially, a lot of people in ranked, they'll just run their drones into OBJ, get it shot, and just be like, yeah, whatever. But now with Mosley in the game, it makes you think about doing that. You're not just gonna run into the OBJ. You're gonna be like, I might want to just go hide this drone somewhere. I might want to just keep it outside. Like, you have someone who go in and like finds the OBJ and maybe spot a couple people, but that's about it. You won't send the entire team's drone in there trying to get every individual, get all the spots you can before the round starts. You're gonna be more cautious, and that's not like that, because I mentioned before that we need to be smarter about drones, and Ubisoft's gonna force you to it now, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing they're forcing you to be smart with your drones by having a character like Miles in the game who's like, hey, if you don't be smart with your drones, that drone becomes mine, and now I can do reconnaissance on you with your own drone, and you might not even notice it because you weren't thinking about, hey, that drone's not mine. So now it's very easy to tell who drones is whose and who's not, because an enemy drone will have red lights and the friendly drone will have blue lights. So if you're not paying attention, you're not going to be thinking that drone's an enemy drone. especially if he's not controlling. If you have like in a corner somewhere and you're roaming around, and your teammates peeking on the canvas to look at it every now and then, they're not going to tell that that's an enemy drone. They're going to think it's still their friendly drone. So I think he's a good character. I will say right now I have more fun with Gridlock. I think she's more enjoyable in my opinion for me personally. But in terms of how who has the higher ceiling, who has the better potential to be a problem for a team, I would definitely say it's Moz. I think Moz has the potential to be that Ella, that potential to be that alibi, that potential to be that leash, potential to be that vigil. Basically, every time there's a new operator that comes to the game, one operator sticks out better than the other. Usually the operators are all good, but one sticks out more than the other. And for this season, it's going to be Moz, in my opinion. But with that said, guys, this video, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoy. Leave any thoughts you have in the comment section below. Do you like Moz? Do you like Gridlock? Do you prefer one over the other? Who do you think has the better potential? Leave all that in the comment section below. Catch you guys next time. We will enjoy it. Peace out.